Are you a baby boomer or Gen Xer planning your retirement? Have you ever thought of living in Arkansas? Then this is the video for you. This video is about my top 5 picks for the best cities to retire to in Arkansas. It's the 25th state in the Union. It is a southern state. The median household income is $52,123. The population is 3.026 million. The most common natural hazards are tornadoes and severe storms. And not a natural hazard, but humidity is crushing in the summertime. However, the temperatures in the wintertime can drop into the teens and 20s. Arkansas is known for its lakes, rivers, frequent storms, and its rich folk music. And what I found especially interesting was that it's the only U.S. state with an active diamond mine. During my research, I discovered that Arkansas is somewhat senior-friendly. Pension income is exempt for up to $6,000 for people 59 and a half plus. There are some stipulations, but people 65 plus may be eligible for property tax relief. They also have a low state income tax of 6.5%. All right, here's the thing about Arkansas. It's a beautiful state filled with rich folklore and good people. But to say it has its challenges is an understatement. Per U.S. News, Arkansas ranks 49th in healthcare, 48th in crime and correction, 47th in internet access, and it's the 4th poorest state in the U.S. with 16.08% of the population living in poverty. And on top of that, it's the 4th most dangerous state in the U.S. In my humble opinion, the Arkansas state government really needs to get its act together. I should also mention that guns are a big part of the culture in Arkansas. 57.2% of the population own guns. They are considered tools as they can be used to hunt to bring food home to their families. Some people will be more interested in this fact than others, but off-site liquor sales are banned on Sundays in Arkansas. And the most interesting thing I discovered while doing my research about Arkansas is that there's a state within a state. Not literally, of course, but the northwest corner of the state actually feels different than the rest of Arkansas. The unemployment rate is lower, so there is less poverty and therefore much less crime. Not only is Walmart headquartered in Bentonville, but several big companies have moved into the area in recent years. Along with the influx of good jobs was the migration of people to fill those jobs. And of special note for retirees, health care is more readily available and is more highly rated. But those aren't the only differences. Unsurprising, Arkansas is a blue state, but the northwest corner runs much more moderate. I'm not claiming to be any kind of an expert here, though I did do an enormous amount of research to get the best data possible to share. But I think some of the reason for this huge difference is the fact that the northwest corner is geographically separated from the rest of the state by the Ozark Mountains. With that, I'm going to move on to the criteria I use to make my top 5 picks. What I feel is most important is crime rate, especially the violent crime rate, access to medical care and senior services, and cost of living. Next, since going to the movies and sharing a tub of popcorn with a friend is one of my favorite pastimes, I'm also interested in knowing if there's a movie theater within a short drive. I also take note of access to other interesting things in the area. I'm going to mention this up front as it applies to the entire state and therefore all 5 of my top 5 picks. Since Arkansas is home to the Ozarks, the natural beauty just doesn't stop. There are plenty of rolling hills, lookouts, and a multitude of hikeable trails throughout the state. Top pick number 5, Lowell, Arkansas. Lowell is located in the far northwest corner of the state. It has a population of just under 10,000. The cost of living is 9.8% lower than the national average. The crime rate is 26% below the national average. It has one hospital, a medical center, and an urgent care. There are senior centers in Lowell, and this makes me really happy. There are 6 theaters within a 10-mile radius. Lowell is a lovely city and, in my opinion, deserves a look if you're thinking about retiring in Arkansas. For a town its size, it has a lot to offer pretty much everyone. Lowell is at the heart of Arkansas's 2 largest counties. Music lovers will be happy to know that it is home to the Arkansas Music Pavilion. If comedy is more your thing, you could always try out The Grove, which offers top-notch live comedy acts. Hikers would enjoy the 37 miles of shared use trails in the area. If you're like me and enjoy strolling through an outdoor market in the summer, Lowell also hosts Vintage Market Days, which takes place in April and is described as part flea market, part antique store, and part arts and crafts expo. I wasn't aware of this until I started doing my research, but Arkansas is also big horse country, and the Arkansas Derby takes place in Lowell every April. Top pick number 4, Cabot, Arkansas. It's a good-sized town with a population of 26,655 residents. The cost of living is 15.5% lower than the national average. It has one 24-hour emergency hospital. It also has one 8-screen movie theater. It does have senior centers. The violent crime rate is 8.1% lower than the national average, and the property crime rate is 1% higher. Cabot is located in central Arkansas and is part of the Little Rock metro area, 25 miles northwest of the city. I should say at this point that Little Rock is among the most dangerous cities in the United States. However, as mentioned, the violent crime rate in Cabot is 8.1% lower. Cabot offers a sparse suburban feel, which I always find very attractive. 12% of Cabot's population is 65 plus, with another 11% being between 55 and 64. During my research, there were 3 very consistent comments about this city. I'll start with the negative first. There were at least a dozen comments from Cabot residents where they complain that the traffic is becoming too congested. Seriously, if that's the worst complaint people have about this city, it's definitely worth a look. As for the other consistent comments, many people said the reason they liked living in Cabot was because of its close-knit community and that there are many good restaurants and boutiques to check out. The other thing I found was residents in this community love their art. They even have an art walk where local artists paint murals on the walls of the local businesses. If you're interested, you can look it up at the Cabot Foundation for Art and Culture. Top pick number 3, Bella Vista, Arkansas. This is another good-sized city with a population of 30,808 residents. The cost of living is 8% below the national average. It has one full-service hospital. The crime rate is very good at 67% below the national average. It does have a senior center, and it has 4 movie theaters within a 16-mile radius. It is located in the very north of Arkansas and sits on the Missouri border. Bella Vista is ranked number 1 best places to retire in Arkansas by Niche.com. It was first established in 1917 as a summer resort destination and later transformed itself into a retirement community. It is a small town and has a rural feel. 32% of the population are 65 plus, and since there are so many retirees, it should be easy to meet other seniors. I hesitate to mention this with the way house prices are fluctuating these days, but per Zillow.com, the median home price in Bella Vista is currently $306,000. That's an absolute bargain for a community with a crime rate that is 67% below the national average. And for those who like the chance of having a white Christmas, Bella Vista gets an average of 11 inches of snow per year. Top pick number 2, Maumelle, Arkansas. For Maumelle, we're moving back to the center of the state in the Little Rock area. The population is 19,251. The cost of living is 9.4% lower than the national average, with the violent crime rate being 11.3% lower than the national average, and the property crime rate is 1.6% lower. Maumelle sits at an elevation of 351 feet. There are several doctor's offices in town, with one hospital being within 5 miles, but another 8 being within 11 miles. It does have senior centers, and it has 6 movie theaters within 12 miles. Maumelle offers a dense suburban feel, and most residents own their own homes. 16% of the population is 65 plus, with another 11% being between 55 and 64. One of the main comments residents have about Maumelle is that they love how centrally located it is to the rest of Arkansas, and most activities are an easy commute away. The city is growing fast and has the highest median household income at $83,104. It borders the shore of the Arkansas River and has one of the most extensive municipal trail systems in Arkansas that offers access to wooded greenbelts. All right, everyone, before I move on to top pick number 1, I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you to subscribe, like, and comment. Sharing your opinion helps me provide the type of information that's most helpful to you, and it makes the YouTube algorithm happy and helps my channel grow. Top pick number 1 is Bentonville, Arkansas. It's located in the northwest section of Arkansas in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains. The population is 56,734. The cost of living is 1.3% lower than the national average, with the violent crime rate being 11.2% lower and the property crime rate being 8.6% lower than the national average. There is one hospital in Bentonville, but there are another 8 within an 18-mile radius. There are senior centers in Bentonville, and there are 3 movie theaters within a 5-mile radius. Bentonville is ranked number 2 best places to live in Arkansas by Niche.com. It has a sparse suburban feel, and the one main complaint about Bentonville is that it is growing so fast that there is a lot of construction, which is causing some traffic issues. Bentonville is known for being the birthplace of Walmart. There is even a museum downtown which includes founder Sam Walton's original 5 and dime store. This city is also home to the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, which displays work from the colonial era to the present. Its sprawling grounds include forest trails, sculpture gardens, and waterside pavilions. And for the cyclists out there, Bentonville is also well regarded as a mountain biking destination. It provides more than 28 miles of award-winning mountain bike trails. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful and entertaining. Peace, positivity, kindness.